Hey everyone, Andrews here. Today we're diving into a genre that's often overlooked but packed with amazing games, easy. Action and adventure. This could be anything from an action-packed RPG to one of those classic beat-em-up games I love so much. We've got a lot of unique games coming up and I really hope you enjoy them, so don't forget to drop that like and of course stick around with me. Let's start with this turn-based RPG that's got a fun story and some really cool gameplay called MARENIAN Tavern Story. You play as Patty, a young woman who, alongside her brother, needs to run a tavern to pay off the family debts and help a hunger god who's taken over her brother's body. The game is set in a fantasy world with a light-hearted, humorous vibe. Unlike many other games, this one offers a calmer, more relaxing adventure. It's actually pretty easy to manage a tavern with all the NPCs constantly asking for the same things, but the charm of the game lies in the fact that you need to do everything yourself. For example, if you need a specific ingredient to make a dish, you'll have to go hunt down the monster and defeat it too. If you're into games with a more relaxed vibe, exploration, cooking, and a bit of strategic combat, MARENIAN Tavern Story might just be the perfect choice. It's great for anyone who enjoyed Moonlighter. Now let's talk about a real action and adventure game, 9 Nights in Pau. In 9 Nights, you take on the role of Si Lang, a lone assassin who, after being hunted by the Jizo organization, embarks on a journey of escape and revenge. The game stands out for its strategic combat where different types of attacks are more effective against specific enemies. For example, leg attacks are great for breaking through enemy defenses, while other attacks are better suited for dealing with buried or taller enemy. The game really reminds me of PlayStation 2 era games, both in terms of its graphics and its simpler, more old school gameplay. Aside from the combat, 9 Nights also incorporates platforming and puzzle solving elements, requiring players to use creativity and skill to overcome obstacles. The game even lets you customize and upgrade your combat skills, offering a variety of attack combos to experiment with. This is without a doubt one of my favorite roguelikes on Android, especially because of its strong sense of adventure. Let's talk about OTHEWORLD Legends and UMISONIA. In OTHEWORLD Legends, you can choose from a variety of heroes, each with their own unique abilities and combat styles. The goal is to explore randomly generated dungeons, fight off all kinds of enemies, and collect items to strengthen your character. The gameplay blends fast-paced action with strategic elements, allowing for creative combinations of skills and gear. This is actually the first game on our list that's fully online. And yes, it even includes some cooperative modes. The game features a wide range of environments, from peaceful bamboo forests to dreamlike palaces. Each setting comes with its own unique enemies and challenges, encouraging players to constantly adapt and explore. If you're into games like Hades, Dead Cells, or Enter the Gungeon, OTHEWORLD Legends might be a perfect pick for you. Let's talk about this fun beat-em-up inspired by classic anime. We're diving into School Hero. In the game, you play as Hiro, the new student at Sakura High. After your girlfriend is kidnapped by a mysterious group, it's up to you to fight through waves of enemies to rescue her. The story is told through anime-style cutscenes, adding some nice depth to the overall narrative. As a pop culture fan myself, I had a blast playing this, running into Pokemon Masters, One Piece fans, and yes, beating them all up is honestly the best part of the game. Like many other beat-em-ups, it doesn't have a super deep story, but it's packed with action and adventure as you fight to save your girlfriend. If you enjoy retro-style games with fast-paced action and a touch of romantic storytelling, School Hero might be a great choice for you. This one's a real hidden gem buried deep in the Playstore, and let's talk about an awesome action game called Smashing the Battle. The story is set in the year 2085 in a massive construction site that falls victim to a large-scale cyber attack. As a result, the construction robots go haywire and start attacking the workers. You play as two different protagonists, Sarah O'Connell and Mary Lucy, each with their own unique storyline and playstyle. What's really interesting here is that the game essentially offers two separate stories, each from a completely different perspective. The gameplay delivers smooth, stylish combat with a focus on battling waves of enemy robots. You can pull off combos, dodge attacks, use special abilities, and activate overdrive mode to temporarily boost your attack power. It's definitely an engaging game, and yeah, I also noticed a little touch of fan service along the way. One of the best roguelikes on all of Android, let's talk about a well-known title, Soul Knight Prequel. The story takes place in the magical world of Mystria, where players help form a new order of knights to face an impending threat. Compared to its predecessor, this game offers a deeper narrative, with more fleshed out quests and dialogues that expand the series' universe. You'll find a wide variety of skills to customize your character, along with classic classes like warrior, mage, or thief. But without a doubt, what really stands out is the strong focus on co-op modes, including online play with friends and even a nostalgic LAN mode. Yes, it still exists. The game is quite popular among Android players, but outside the platform it might look like just another gacha title. So take my advice and go check out Soul Knight Prequel because it's absolutely worth your time. I absolutely love the visuals in this game, and seriously, it's one of the most beautiful styles I've seen. Let's talk about the swords of Ditto. The story takes place on the island of Ditto, where every 100 years a new hero rises to challenge the villainous Mormo. If the hero fails, the world changes and a new warrior is chosen to carry on the fight. This roguelike mechanic gives the game a real sense of legacy for CI, where every hero's actions affect future generations. Originally released for the Nintendo Switch, the game was later ported to mobile, and while it tells a classic Chosen One tale, it also plays with roguelike elements and lets you experiment with different combat styles, and including a magical yo-yo, which is just awesome. The game received generally positive reviews with praise for its charming art style and creative mechanics. This is easily one of the most beautiful and well-crafted games out there, especially if you're looking for an adventure RPG. Let's talk about Trials of Mana. The story unfolds in a world where mana energy is fading, threatening the existence of the mana tree. You choose 3 out of 6 unique protagonists, each with their own backstories and motivations, who come together in a journey to stop the awakening of the Benevodons, powerful destructive creatures sealed away in Mana Stone. The game offers huge replay value since each combination of characters provides a different perspective on the main story. So yeah, be ready to beat this game at least 3 times if you want the full experience. But that's not all. The remake brings deep character progression, unique class specializations, and powerful abilities to unlock. The original Seiken Densetsu 3 was praised back in the 16-bit era for its visuals and gameplay, and this 2020 remake stays true to its roots while upgrading the graphics and overall experience, and it totally pays off. This game follows a similar vibe to Trials of Mana, but it's fully online and packed with some really cool mechanics, and let's talk about Tribe 9. Set in a dystopian version of Neo Tokyo in the year 2020X, society is ruled by a mysterious masked figure known as Zero, who enforces order through the extreme games. The high-stakes battles used to settle conflicts. You follow Yo Kuronaka, an amnesiac teenager, and his allies as they rise up against this oppressive regime. The game blends urban exploration with fluid 3D combat, offering a unique mix of pixel art and 3D visuals that work surprisingly well together. Not only does Tribe 9 deliver a gripping story, but it also keeps things exciting with varied settings and intense action sequences. If you're into action RPGs with dystopian themes and fast-paced battles, this one's definitely worth checking out. We were definitely missing a 2D game on this list, and of course we had to include a beautifully crafted title that's still in development. Let's talk about UMISONIA. The story unfolds in the kingdom of Albinora, where the protagonist Arya and her companion Umi set out on a mission to restore the Great Tree, a powerful force whose destruction has thrown the balance between humans, spirits, and beasts into chaos. Along the way, they face off against the followers of the sorcerer Evenkel, the one behind the world's ruin. UMISONIA proudly calls itself a Metroidvania, and it's quickly growing into exactly that. The freedom you get to explore each area is incredible, and the combat system is genuinely well done. The game also features a variety of NPCs, some who help push the story forward and others who offer up side quests and additional lore. It gives you the freedom of exploration without sacrificing the feel of a solid adventure. Definitely one to watch. This game arrived quietly on Android, and honestly I'm not sure why. Let's talk about Warm Snow. In the 27th year of the Longwu era, a strange warm snow begins falling from the sky. It doesn't melt, instead it corrupts everything it touches, turning people into monsters. You play as Bian, a lone warrior on a mission to take down the 5 great houses in Okas, once the protectors of the realms, and uncover the truth behind this mysterious snow. The story feels familiar in that classic East Asian fantasy way, one warrior against the darkness, but where Warm Snow really shines is in its roguelike gameplay, with permadeath, randomized maps, and fluid strategic combat that lets you pick from different fighting styles and abilities. Each run is procedurally generated, meaning no 2 journeys are the same. If you're into fast-paced action and a mysterious world to uncover, Warm Snow deserves way more attention than it got. This is one of those hidden gems buried deep in your Playstore. Why? Maybe because it's completely offline and has no ads. Let's talk about White Flame. You play as a young adventurer who, after getting into some serious trouble, makes a pact with the Supreme Flame and sets off on a journey to uncover the mysteries around him. The story unfolds in a vast open world filled with diverse environments, unique enemies, and challenging bosses. Save the world from the Demon King's invasion while your decisions shape how the story plays out. Unlike most games on this list, White Flame gives you a true open world experience with multiple continents, hidden quests, and tons of secrets to discover. The combat isn't the most fluid, but it leans into that classic RPG feel where strategy matters more than button mashing. And the best part, your choices actually matter, with multiple endings based on what you decide along the way. You might feel like you're cheating by adding Zenless Zone Zero here, but honestly, it's so captivating that it's totally worth it. Let's dive in. The game takes place in a dystopian future where cataclysmic events known as Hollows have torn apart civilization. The last remaining city, New Eridu, is a chaotic hub of intrigue and conspiracy. You step into the shoes of a proxy, an expert guide who navigates the Hollows and confronts the ever-growing threats that emerge. The city is a melting pot of factions, from powerful magnates to ruthless gangs and the shadowy authorities, each with their own agendas and secrets. The story itself isn't the easiest to grasp, with multiple characters and interconnected story arcs that keep you on your toes, but the depth is what makes it so intriguing. As of version 1.6, the game boasts 29 playable characters known as agents, each with unique abilities, attributes, and affiliations. For instance, Chingy, an S-Class character, can unleash electric stunning attacks, while Jane Doe, another S-Class character, has physical abilities that are truly out of the ordinary. If you're into action-packed adventures with a complex layered narrative and an array of exciting characters, Zenless Zone Zero has it all. Let's talk about a game you might not know exists yet, ZENONIA. Since the original ZENONIA series no longer exists in its first form, the story might feel a bit disconnected from the ZENONIAs currently available on the Playstore, like ZENONIA 4 and 5. However, it's still possible to understand it as a basic good versus evil story, as all of the earlier titles wrapped up their stories. For example, the first game in the ZENONIA series puts the player in the role of Regret, a young warrior seeking revenge for the death of his family. ZENONIA is one of the best offline RPGs for Android with a story mode. With its timeless pixel art graphics, you can still play and enjoy the full ZENONIA experience. If you appreciate action RPGs with a compelling narrative and dynamic mechanics, ZENONIA 5 offers a memorable experience. The first game on our list where you'll need to play with your phone held upright is ACHROMA Tides. The game takes place in a mysterious ocean where players explore enigmatic locations, face local bosses, and uncover the stories behind these places. The narrative is immersive, filled with elements of mystery and discovery. As it's an online game with various plots and different stories, ACHROMA Tides still manages to show you several character arcs and great storylines, and one of the best parts, without a doubt, is the gameplay. The game doesn't focus on too many buttons on the screen, just a simple drag and drop mechanic. It's one of the most enjoyable gameplay experiences out there. The title offers an intense experience with Souls-like combat set in a world of mysteries and steampunk aesthetics. And that wraps up our list of amazing games. I hope you found something that caught your interest. Whether you're a fan of action-packed RPGs, deep storytelling, or immersive worlds, there's something for everyone here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.